Project 2025 is failing. Good news, everybody. It's just a hot mess show. So here we go. Basically, listen to everything I'm about to tell you and definitely subscribe to my channel. Darren Monroe Politics, especially on YouTube, is really some of the hottest stuff that I'm talking about that nobody else is talking about. Whether it be, things like constitutional crisis, why Project 2025 is failing, and why GOP is dying. So let's go. Why are they failing? Well, here's the thing. You got all of the people, including the architects of Project 2025, trying to kill Elon. They're basically going off on Elon saying, you're firing people in my department and I don't like it. And he is. He's trying to fire people. He's overstepping his reach because he's, a butthole. And they're not liking it. So they had an emergency meeting with the cabinet, Trump, yesterday, and Trump told him, don't you fire nobody. Elon don't have power to take anybody out. All of you as cabinet heads, you make that decision. Apparently, the Secretary of Transportation and Marco Rubio were going at going at Elon, and he was going back at them. And so it got ugly, and good. The more they fight among each other, the less we have to deal with them. And Project 2025 is also failing when you think about the number of cases that have already happened. There's going to be hundreds. But here's the great part about it. So far, we've had 28 rulings and 27 we won, including one Supreme Court. They've been trying. And honestly, we're going to win. At this rate, we're going to win 95% of this. But what we have to do is go step by step. I know it's very frustrating. Why isn't it going faster? Because you want your I's dotted and your T's crossed, people. You want to make sure that case goes very well with the I's dotted, T's crossed. Why? Because what Trump's strategy is to first break the law. Because he can't go to jail over it. They're not going to come after him. They're going to try. Only way he goes to jail or gets in trouble is if he's in contempt of court and he doesn't listen to the judicial branch. And yes, the marshals will come after him. Don't think for 1 minute Pam Bondi is going to be able to stop marshals from following a federal law that they're constitutionally bounded by to follow. Facts. So let's go into this. He breaks the law, and then you see who sues him. Is it going to be people? Is it going to be organizations like the ACLU and federal workers unions who've been winning? Or is it going to be, as well as organizations like the American Bar Association who won? That's one of the 27 wins. Or is it going to be the 22 states that have been suing who are Democratic, including here in Chicago, the governor and the attorney generals suing the Trump administrations, which they've been suing them for the last 7 weeks and winning in some cases, and they still got other cases waiting. Then once the case ruling happens against them, he kicks it up to the appeals court, but he's been losing that too. And then he tries to kick it up to the Supreme Court. Supreme Court ain't gonna see no 100 cases. Only 1% of the cases get seen by the Supreme Court. So he kicked it up here to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court already has ruled on one in favor of the lower courts, and we win. But understand this, that's his rule, right? So the reason this is slow is they want to make sure their case is packed, is tight. It is I's dotted, T's crossed. So when it goes into appeal court, boom, they win. When it goes up to Supreme Court, boom, they win. He don't own the Supreme Court. It's just been proven this week. They ruled against him, and they will rule against him again. Maybe not in everything, but in many things. All right? Hang in there and understand Project 2025 is failing because of all of these court cases against them, which they're following the law. I keep saying they're following the law. They're not going to just say, we're going to ignore the judge. That ain't going to be good. Why? Because they're going to send marshals. Why? They're going to ignore Pam Bondi trying to stop marshals because you can't do that. That's against Constitution. And if you know anything about cops, one thing you got to give them is that they may be pro-Trump, they may be anti-Trump, but they're definitely all about doing right what the Constitution says. Plus, it's in their own advantage. If they don't, the federal judges can hold them in contempt. They lose their law enforcement license and their job. Now, sure, Trump will pardon them, but he can't reinstate them. Whereas the other way around, if Trump tries to fire them or Bondi tries to fire them, federal judges can reinstate them. How do we know? Because we just saw it happen over the last 7 weeks. FBI, CIA, Inspector Generals, and USAID aid workers have gotten their jobs back. And there's even more people suing. Social Security is going to sue. Veterans, VA is going to sue. 80,000 of them being cut. IRS is definitely suing. So what I'm trying to tell you is that we're in a good place. We're winning, but it's a process and it's rough. Hang in there. Project 2025 is failing. Subscribe for more. It's one thing for these people to tell you all the things Trump does, but it's another thing to tell you what we're doing to fight back and how we're winning and what the real score is. And it's not all, feel good thoughts and, be optimists. No. The heck with that. It's all about real numbers. And then the third thing to talk about how you can fight back, which is get in touch with your, get in touch with your representative, but join indivisible.org. They got the rolling game plan. They rock. All right. See you later.